This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City.
Hello, I'm John Cullum, and this is Emily Frankel, my wife.
Yes.
Yes, and we're going to talk about...
What? I'll tell you what we're going to talk about.
I figured you would.
Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
What do you really do with your really free time?
I'm not ready for that.
No, free time when you've done the work that you were working on.
Yes.
You have a project you're working on. You're going to meet people. You have things that you do to promote your career. What do you do when you don't have any of those things to do?
Well,
Totally free time.
I usually have a project. Bible ballads or Jack and the Doctor's
No project.
No, you mean without projects?
When you have no project, when you have nothing.
In other words, you just have free time?
We have free time.
I usually chew my fingernails.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I know what you do. John has a Kindle, and John reads and reads and reads and reads.
Well, I like to read.
And you read everything.
Well, anything, the commercials or advertisements, I even read them. But you do an awful lot of reading because of the blog.
Well, I do reading, looking to see what's going on in the world. But I wanted you to talk about how much you read and how you keep on gathering. I mean, John downloaded on his Kindle the entire
Harvard Classics.
That's right.
Yeah, and I've read practically all of them.
And now he's reading Edgar Allan Poe. He gets an author and he just goes into everything.
Dostoevsky
was Dostoevsky.
Yeah, and well, you know something, Emily. I went through college, and I was the world's worst student, and I took courses that required me to read, and I never read a dead blame thing. I just muddled my way through it and did the plays and you know, was kind of a socialite, and I was the head of the ROTC and the president of the fraternity and played on the tennis team, and I did everything but study. And I have looked back on that period and regretted the fact that I missed reading all of the classics.
And what you do now is you're always studying.
Well,
you're a big studier.
Well, I'm a peruser. I'm a puddler peruser.
It's just very interesting how much he reads. He carries the Kindle with him. Do you read it on the subway?
Yes, I do.
And you read it at night, every night,
yes,
after we say good night.
Well, yes, I do.
He reads the Kindle.
Well, it has its own light, and I have trouble. You know, I don't see as well as I used to, and the Kindle, I can make any size on it, and it doesn't keep you awake too badly. So, although I think it does.
No. It's just very interesting how much you read, how you focus on a writer and you read everything. And you take in everything you can, and then you go to another person.
Okay, well, what about you? Do you remember when you used to read like crazy, and it didn't make any difference? You would read the trashiest.
When I was touring, and I was touring like a traveling salesman, sometimes 200 miles a day, and then I would buy paperbacks.
Well, you get hooked on like, who was the guy that, you know, the Spencer? Spencer for Hire. You got hooked on him, and it just, boom, you went through all of them, about 20, 30, 40 books of his.
Well, that's talking about me, but I have a blog, and I talk about me in a blog, and this is your blog. You're telling the world about you, and reading.
Yeah,
so when you finish Edgar Allan Poe, do you have any idea of who you're going to go to next?
Well, I just finished. I had a book on Frost, which I've always wanted to read, and I want to get some more of.
And
Frost.
he read me a Frost poem the other night, and I didn't understand what it was about.
He can be obtuse, but usually he's very, very much right on the button. And I had no idea that he was such a a country boy. He lived out in the country, and he talks about animals and planting and birds and bees and.
Well, I just wanted you people to know, who know John and Emily, that in this family, the one who's reading all the time and all the time when he's not working in his free time, John Cullum reads.
Well, thank you for saying that, Emma. I didn't think anybody else would be interested in that.
We're very interested. Thank you very much for watching us and for listening to what John does in his free time.
And we'll see you all next week.
This is AI.R. See you next week.